Hello viewers, I'm SB and welcome back to Against the Storm. You can tell I'm really on top of things because I can definitely remember the name of the video game that we're playing. Nothing to worry about there. So we are pretty late in this settlement. Is year 5. We are 4 reputation points into the 18 that we need to get clear here, and I'm starting to get a little worried. I'm having concerns. But, you know, we're on the road. We are getting a point of reputation from this. We have just started this, but it will run. It will get completed, and we will get a point from that as well. We are, you know, pushing hard on more trade hub. This is going to work out. This is going to work out. And remember, hostility looks really high because we've just started the Queen's Sailors effect up. We're not actually in that much trouble. Now, where we are in a little bit of trouble is we don't have as much food as I would like. So it would probably be a good idea to trade for some food. And also, obviously, just, you know, executing trades is a big deal. Gotta spend money to eat money. Unfortunately, Vliss Greybone showed up to the settlement without any food. I can't eat any of this shit. Well, we can certainly buy this stuff and hold off on its use until the storm. We're building a, what are we building? What's the need building? We're building an education and religion building. So we could take on the education stuff as well, and then we're currently out of bricks. We're using our clay quite aggressively for other stuff, so it wouldn't be a terrible idea to just like buy all the bricks either. That is an amount of money that we're going to probably not be able to generate. But we don't have to buy all the bricks. So if I throw in all of the... If I throw in all of the amber... We have a lot of packs of provisions, but we're also not currently building packs of provisions, so I'm a little leery of spending those. We have a bunch of amber coming in. Here, let's put this stuff in, and then, like, if I put 1 or 2 tools on the table, it'll... Well, okay. Right, it's more tools in this difficulty, unfortunately. It's a little harder to beat. But okay, let's do it like this. Okay, that does still leave us 13 tools. And yeah. I'm gonna ask people to be chill on that stuff until it will matter more. Even if we're not going to use them just to dodge the storm, like waiting until this effect is over so we could possibly push somebody blue, obviously makes a lot more sense. All right, let's put you guys like this, cut away that stuff. All right, we're gathering wood as best we can. We have finished a couple of glade events. Yeah, a couple more beats of coal will certainly be nice, and working hard on this. This is just any 14 trade routes. We have 2 more high value trade routes committed already, right? Yeah, it's just a matter of waiting for them to come back. That said, we may as well commit this as well. All right, keep making money. What are we waiting on here? It is bricks mostly. Yeah, I mean, that's going to be the way of things for a minute. The path might as well run all the way up to the farm field, and everybody just runs over the crops, which is probably good for the crops. I'm assuming it's really good for the crops. I'm assuming every time you do that, they are happy about it. I think what I'm going to try to do is pierce into this as the next storm is ending. Or at least pretty late in the next storm. I don't really want to sell coal. Resin we could sell. We're certainly pulling a lot of it out of the trees. So we could go as high as 15 on that. And then yeah, we really are, bricks is the thing we are short on. Because it turns out it takes a lot of clay to keep the pottery running. How high is our corruption? It is not that high. We are under control. And for the moment, it feels like we're in basically the right spot here. Did we... I mean, we're making stuff as fast as we can, right? Without access to a storm geyser, we can't really... Yeah, okay. We're trying. This will give us more efficient biscuit production, some pipes, and some wine that we can probably just sell. Alright, and... I definitely don't need Forester's Hut. Don't think we need Supplier either. We could take a reroll on this. The beanery is a slightly more effective porridge producer. Or pickled goods producer. And then it will also let us make porridge, which is only favored by one of our races, but it is a thing that everybody can eat. And it's nice and efficient. And it is a drizzle water building. It overlaps purposes a little bit with some of the stuff we do have, but I think it's good. And this is... And we need to have a second... We need to have a second service building for our second hearth anyway. I don't think that's a bad one. You know what? I think I'm going to put up a second stonecutter's camp, actually. I think that's the situation we're in. Well, that doesn't go very cleanly, but let me pull this back to here. Don't do that. Prioritize these trees. Okay, we'll get this sorted. Trying to rebuild my supply of trees a little bit. Because we may need to be able to do a lot of hearth burning. Or we may need to be able to do a lot of sacrifice burning. Okay, please work on that. Is this finished? Almost. Okay, rad. There's another point of reputation and a whole bunch more money. I don't think I want to part with the incense. Okay, stuff's getting finished. So on this one, let's assign just like a beaver. I don't think it matters terribly on the second one because they don't, you only get the type effect from the first the big hearth. We almost have enough population to push these both to level 3, almost. But even having the second hearth running does help a little bit with the hostility. So as soon as this gets finished, we've already burned stuff for long enough that the Sacrament of the Flame, just putting 3 people on this, will get us a 50-point hostility reduction. Which is something I'm definitely looking forward to. Let's go ahead and turn on that stuff. Feel free to apply. Let's not sell our food yet because we're still kind of in a... Well, we're not really in a shaky spot with that. I'm still not going to do it yet, but we're not really in a shaky spot with that. Things are actually going fine. And let's see how things end up looking. I do wish I had bought bricks. Okay, so can we get under 4? This one's probably doing less essential work. Okay, we can pull back to 3 pretty easily like this. If I were to go 0 woodcutters, we still wouldn't quite... 0 woodcutters and burn one stack of wood sacrifice still wouldn't quite get us down to the next tier. But this should be fine. Once the foxes start benefiting from the boots, we should be okay here. And what do we have as far as trade goes? We do need to make just like a large number of raw trade routes happen. So little trades like this are perfectly reasonable to run. We can sell off some of these for sure. And then, sure. Okay, this is going to get finished. I said the moment this goes in, we can probably actually reassign a couple of woodcutters. Builders can carry 5 additional items. Traders arrive more quickly. So this is going to adjust the hostility levels a little bit because it's going to reduce our impatience. Oh no, it's not. It's not going to hit the threshold of gaining a reputation point. So it's all positives actually. All right, once that tree is down, I think what we do here is we take this and reverse it. The road should really be running up like that. Okay. We got incoming. Do I want to take on the incoming? Probably. This would require a couple more lizard houses and a beaver house. And we'll put those in over here. We're also going to have to obviously start setting up the decorations. Here's the town board. And then, you know what, actually, let me move the town board over. And we'll put like a little road sign here. Yeah. And some other single thing. A saltwater pitcher plant. Right there. Okay. Then we need to... So 1, 2... I think I am just going to make a park here. And then... I do love just some rain punk barrels sitting around. I think that looks... Those look pretty cool. Okay, so that'll be enough to get this up to level 2. Once we have enough people over there, that is. Okay, the corruption's getting dealt with. We got more than enough fire. Although not that much more. Okay, we're pushing on, and we're making points more quickly now. Okay, so Sahilda has returned, and she brought with her lots of building materials, and not really any food, but that's, I think, fine, actually. So, I'm inclined to just, like, this, right? Maybe like that would be pretty good. And that's about all of the amber. I mean, it would be cool to get the tools as well. So we'd have to throw another 16 value. Which we don't really have. We're probably okay on the clay. Yeah, we probably don't actually need the clay. So we probably don't need the building materials either, but they'll speed up the process of building the secondary happiness building and stuff. So I guess before we do that, we should do this. Okay, every villager with their need for religion fulfilled decreases the forest's hostility. That's the thing that's not going to be terribly useful right away. Well, it'll scale up and down. Also, I forgot to focus on this. That's my bad. This doesn't need to be beavers.
Yeah.
Fortunately, it's a very shortcut into this one. Okay, so we have all y'all doing all of that. Let's grab these. Okay. I wanted to hold off on the purchases just in case, you know, it turned out that there was some other benefit that could be grabbed. So we need to make 5 more value here. We're actually doing quite well on food, I think. I can part with some mushrooms and some herbs to make this work. Yeah, I think that'll do nicely. That'll just speed up some processes here, because, like, we want to build a tea doctor. Is this location, like... That's a little rough because of the presence of the geyser, but this will do it. And then we need to get you up to... Let's see, so I can pull 16 people away from this settlement. Let's start by moving over the shelters. So that's 6. That's 9. And then... Yeah, we could lose 3 more buildings. It's like 1 right here. Actually, let me pull them off from down here. Okay, do that and this. Okay, and that leaves you at 21. And now you at 19. So we're almost there. We're almost divided optimally. I did the purchase already. Yeah. So we're good on that. We're currently getting very close to a 5th point. It has broken even with its maximum possible cost and is at this point just generating profit. It's about to generate its first point of pure profit, which is fantastic. All right, I think that one is, like, we probably want to be a little careful with the sea marrow at the moment. And I'm not going to sell off a bunch more training gear until after this is open. We'll see if we need it. Okay, so there's level 2. More efficient board production, always useful. and proper resources for building fox houses, which we had some of already, but I've been slow to take advantage of. So for right now, we're going to need 6 fox houses. Okay, let me bring you back down here. And what I would like to see from you is a little bit of focusing clearing this area. Alright, so large root nodes, large berry bushes, a large encampment, another abandoned cache, some more clearance water, unfortunately, and a wildfire, which is pretty okay. Let's try to nail this out really, really fast. Catching the thing doesn't make any sense. We're absolutely returning the child. It is going to burn a lot of our stockpile of combustibles, and that sucks. The trapper's camp gets moved. Okay. So now that we know that we're not going to be using these for the event, just go ahead and sell them off. I love Training Gear Delivery Line. Training Gear Delivery Line is maybe my favorite upgrade in the whole game. And look at that. I mean, we've done a lot of reputation in basically a year. I'm feeling like we have some good stuff out of us here. Okay, get 3 people on this, and we've got a point of bonus reputation for everyone. In addition, now if we manage to pick up some tea, we can meet that need. Okay, we did pick up the beanery, and I suppose, yeah, we should probably build one. The other thing we should definitely be thinking about is, as we're getting really close to finishing here, we can open up some caches for some value, and that's a thing I think let's start doing. So I'll send y'all to do that. Yeah, we're not in a big hurry on the beanery. We could build a smelter, but I'm not desperate for it just yet. Okay, more cysts have appeared. Okay, we're gonna assign you some help there, friend. Looks like you are going to need a little bit of a push. Food is not in the healthiest possible place right now, but let's do a little bit of this. Field kitchen folks are working as hard as they can. They really can't afford to be pulled away. Yeah. Please get some cleansing fire built. Okay, fox houses got done here, and we have room to put in the other 2, which is fantastic. And then, with all of the creatures living in even-numbered housing, we should be able to get... let's move y'all over to here. Finish this off. With all of our creatures living in even-valued housing, we should be able to get the clean 2020 split required to have them both at level 3. Okay, was that this Glade event completing? It was. Fantastic news. So all we need is one or two more big Glade events A little bit more trade coming through. Like, we're very close. We're very close. We have a fair amount of this stuff. Okay. Where are we at on this? So in 24, we're going to get another point. So yeah, in like 4 minutes, we're gonna score off of that. I guess I should probably... Are we going to be able to force the victory here is the question. If I get that smelter up... Let's get the smelter done. Oh, we haven't gotten the point from Queen's Grace yet. No, we're done. We're good. We don't even need the smelter. Yeah, now as soon as this trade route finishes, we are winners. Once again, let's pull ourselves down below 4. Actually, I guess I can't pull myself... I can pull myself down to level 4. So unfortunately, everybody is going to have the greater chance to take breaks. Yeah, and because of this effect, we don't have as much firewood built up as I would like. But when people get really low, we can play around with it and try to make things work. We're really just waiting on these two effects, so all we have to do is keep things together for like 90 seconds. So let's unassign the last woodcutter. Okay, there we go. And do a little bit of an accelerated burn. Did we manage to get... Yeah, pretty much. It looks like, for the most part, the blight cysts are under control. I wish it was possible to pull the trade, like have the trade route timers up and visible all the time. Okay, there we go. So I was a little worried about that, but we actually made a tremendous amount of, a tremendous number of points in that last year. Last 2 years or so. And in the end, we finished during year 6. So we are generating more seal fragments, more than 1 seal fragment per year, which is what we need. Since we are continuing to generate more than 1 seal fragment per year, I think it's okay to tack on more points. Yeah, because we have 56 years left, and we only need 54 seals now. So I think, yeah, I'm going to go ahead and grab more reserve embarkation points. Congratulations, Too Damn Cold, you did it. We got a couple of world events here that we can attempt. So if we go First Elder, as your villagers clear the ground for the new settlement, an old man emerges from the forest, waving his cane at you. A peculiar cat follows close behind. "Beware, fool!" the man cries. "Doom is coming soon. It will break your people's resolve and crush you. Prepare, or it will be the end of you." So if we prepare for impending doom by winning before year 7 ends, and after filling 200 service needs, we'll gain 12 packs of provisions. If we rush a couple of forbidden glades, we get a cat, but only for the next 3 games, not for the rest of the cycle. Cat adds +2 to global resolve and increased chances of producing double yields. Everybody feels better when there's a cat around. I mean, that's not bad. We could probably do this. We won before year 7 ended on that last one, and that was with a penalty. Fulfilling 200 service needs just means you have to be, you just have to be putting that forward. Or this one, the Commenda contract. The guild has made you an offer. They found an excellent spot for a trading hub, and KC Explosion really wants you to establish it. In theory, only the crown can command viceroys, but the guild has an unusual gift for finding clever ways around such antiquated laws. So win a game before year ends after completing trade routes worth 150 amber in total. If you succeed, all your starting caravans will get extra amber and parts. I do think that I like that better than the other one. And it seems extremely doable. Before year 8 ends. Yeah, I think I like that one. So, before we go committing to anything, out of curiosity, what is the Prestige 17 difficulty? There's a stronger hunger penalty. Okay, that one's probably not going to have too much effect on us because we're going to be trying very hard not to have hunger penalties. So I think we're just going to roll right into this one then. Oh, you know what? I realized I didn't do the thing. I, first of all, completed a couple of deeds. Ooh, pipe with valve on top. How comforting. And then some XP, which doesn't do anything. I realized I hadn't bought the last tiny little tier of the last upgrade because I wanted to make sure this happened on camera. Look at that, everybody. We finished the tree. Hooray! We are as powerful a Viceroy as there has ever been or ever will be. Anyway. Back we go to this screen. This is super doable. So we're gonna do it on 17 because you know we gotta. And we're trying to make sure we do trade stuff here, right? Humans and foxes together gives us the porridge overlap, which is really, really powerful. They both like religion as well. Yeah, I think that's pretty strong. Obviously, we're going to be missing the good housing bonus on the foxes, but we'll figure it out. And I'm inclined to take the training gear delivery line again. So there is an argument to be made, I suppose, since we have a religion overlap, that we should take the incense line instead. There are certainly a number of difficult tasks that get a number of dangerous and forbidden events that can be solved with 30 incense. Part of the reason I like the training gear delivery line specifically is because you can use it to bust open caches, and if you don't find a source of stone, then that sort of early boost option is lost to you if you go for, incense instead. But it probably does make sense here. The other reason to maybe not actually try to take the resource that they personally benefit from is that 3 per minute is not enough to keep up actually a good rate of services. And so if you do want to run a religion building with these people in your settlement, you're still going to need to build incense, right? You're still going to need to make an incense production line and get that whole thing working. I'm a little torn. I do think this is what I want to do. I want to take one of the 2 delivery lines. The question is just which one. Yeah, we're going to have to form up an incense production unit anyway to actually fulfill the need. And the fact that this lets you open crates is so potentially valuable. So this one we're going to call Explosionville in honor of our benefactor. And let us embark. I'm still having a good time with this after so many hours. It is kind of remarkable. Gain 5 clearance water for every 10 drizzle water gathered during drizzle season. That's kind of whatever. It's kind of not that great. Burning cysts takes longer. It's an annoyance more than anything else. Recipes producing building materials are less effective during the storm. That really sucks. Villagers who are drenched, who do not have both housing and clothing, suffer a very large resolve penalty during the storm season at hostility 3. That one is something to be scared of. And then rotten rain also is a pain in the butt. But blood flowers do have loot. They do yield stuff. So, for those who are not don't have this at the top of their head, the blood flower, while it exists, it reduces it steals items from your food stockpile. It makes your food rot really fast. But when you complete it, it's going to have a couple of parcels of decent loot. So this is not so bad. The cloudburst, we're going to have to make sure that we're on top of. Okay, so we know our closest our closest fertile ground and our closest geyser. With the larger hearth area, we still don't actually need to break into any clearings to take most advantage of this. This is actually a very similarly set up map. And once again, I think I like this as a reach out because there's so many glades you can punch into from there so easily. So yeah, let's go through this stuff. Gonna set up a woodcutter's camp. Where do I want to make the breach? I guess actually like right here probably makes sense. In which case, the camp, it makes more sense for it to be like here. And then we're not doing horrible on food right away, but you know what? With we started with less food here than we often do, and it might be worth it to be gathering food immediately. And then we're gonna need at least 3 shelters. I think I'm gonna woodcutter's camp. I'm gonna do a double woodcutter's camp here at the beginning. Try to open up some of the space behind the what do you call it? Behind the thing here. Gosh, we really did not start with all that many people, did we? All right, chop, 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 chop. So actually, because this would be almost all of our remaining, it would be all of our remaining people, I might hold off on that for the moment. It's good to get it built. We might go through all of our cornerstone rerolls really fast here at the beginning. 20 reed and 20 clay for each discovered glade. I mean, it's not horrible. I don't love it, but it's not horrible. Yeah, alright. And we can start thinking about housing here in a minute. So we're going to need 3 shelters. Okay, that's fox territory. And then also a human house. Try to get all those built as quickly as we can. Orders come up before we breach the first glade, which is, maybe good, maybe bad. We know we're going to have a geyser pump real soon. Over here, open 5 glades to get a stone delivery line and the brickyard. Can I open 5? I mean, we have the tools to make this happen. It is not the way I usually play, but that's like part of the fun of stuff like that, right? So your job now is to crack this open immediately. Okay, what do we got here? Clay, food, drizzle water. No big surprises. Show me treasure stag? Okay. Found a wandering merchant. Unfortunately, it's very difficult to take advantage of these wandering merchants early on. Just don't have a lot of stuff for trade. Do I want to open... So here's the question. Is it too small... Is it 3 small glades and 2 large glades? Or is it maybe like 4 and 1? It would be easy enough to crack this and this open. Or maybe this and... Maybe this. Okay. It's a pretty good reward. It is like, it would be really cool if we did manage to hit it. All right, getting some more of our housing settled. I will say this, it's fast. It is a tight timer. Especially with us not really having the people left over for, what do you call it? Did we start with no bricks? Oh no, we have, there are bricks in the thing, they just haven't brought them out yet. With us not having started with beavers or anything. Okay, that's not a very hard one to deal with, although it is an annoying one to deal with. Okay. Do you want to put some people on this immediately? I probably do, right? Do we have any... Oh, we don't have any of the things. We are bringing in training gear, but like obviously you would much prefer to be able to make one of these happen. I mean, we're going to be able to get 24 roots. Let me go ahead and mark roots as not food. And as soon as we have this open... Oh, a treasure stag who's gonna run to a different glade than the one we have targeted. Hold on. Okay. It dashed this way so that you could get it wrong. Okay, please open that up instead of the one that I was aiming at. And we're gonna pull all the folks... Well, sorry, we'll leave one person here to do the delivery. And put you two on root gathering. Put you two on root gathering. Please gather these roots with the quickness. What happens if we don't satisfy this thing in time? It's going to kill 2 of our villagers. That's pretty bad. That's pretty bad. Are we getting food of any of the appropriate type? We're not, no. Okay. Okay, you're running stuff. We have 2 minutes for these guys to actually chop down some trees. Can they do it? Honestly, I don't know. Oh, they're close. Oh, they're close. Okay. Stone delivery line secured. I feel pretty good about that. Early copper bars, good trade value. We have a fishman cave. We also have a lumber mill, which makes stuff that's like okay. Reputation and fame, but the forest will remember this insult. I would love the favor of the spirits. +1 global resolve, half a queen's grace. Okay, and this is a chase away, which we will be able to do shortly, thanks to our training gear delivery line. We should have plenty of time to do it. While it's happening, a fishman totem spawns every 60 seconds. That's not such a big deal, I don't think. And we pulled a large herbalist camp node. Over here, we have large nodes for the foragers camp. Okay, and we have 3 sets of fertile ground. So, 4 sets of fertile ground. As well as a drizzle water geyser. Very interesting. We do not have the wood to make this work. Yeah, geez, we're going to have to help our people. We got a lot to do, y'all. But that's coming along. This, we're just waiting on the gathering. We're probably going to lose villagers. I don't see a way around that. I don't see a way that doesn't happen. Let's try to get a trading post established somewhere. Down here seems good. Yeah, it's not the end of the world to lose a couple of villagers early, but obviously it's not ideal. We're going to need a crude workstation. And let's make some choices. So, obviously we're looking for good porridge development. A beanery or something like that would be huge. There's already a lumber mill down. So planks are covered, but we don't have tool production, right? Yeah, and you probably want some tool production in your setup. This is just okay. We're taking a reroll on that, and unfortunately, that's a thing that's gonna have to wait a minute. We'll get there. Okay, we're making some roots. I think at this point we don't, as soon as this is done, we don't have anything to build for a while. And we've accumulated a large wood stockpile. So there's definitely some pullback we can do here. I'm going to... Well, we're not at full wood cutting anyway, are we? So I actually can't get us down a tier. But we're fine. Yeah, stuff. Probably don't worry about pipes right now. Okay. The upgrades we need for the various buildings. We're at 24 training gear, which means we could probably go ahead and assign 2 foxes to this any moment now. We're at 15 roots, which means... Oh, we're at 15 roots because the delivery just happened. Yeah, okay. So let me pull you and... I guess this doesn't need to be... Well, no, everything does need to be all foxes because the humans are doing the job that they're specialized at. Alright, get the chase away. And then the thing is, we're going to want to unassign people from other stuff. It's probably this, actually. Because we're going to need people to chase down the totems. To say nothing about the people who need to be working on this. Okay, because these totems will just generate noise. Just generate crappy extra hostility. So we do need to get rid of these relatively quickly. This one's had a bit of a weird opening for sure. I am not super jazzed to see Harpy. The one Harpy is going to cause a problem immediately. Okay, let me build another shelter somewhere. I'm going to call in the 3 people. Yeah, the Harpy's resolve is going to be bad, but the Harpy also has a coat. And if the Harpy can just wear the coat before the Harpy crashes out, then we'll be okay on that. And that gives me enough extra people to put 2 people on this job and hopefully get it done. Please deliver. Another fishman totem appears nearby. We just got to get somebody working. I don't need this. We have nobody doing that stuff. Okay, well the housing situation is just about to get solved, so that might fix this problem. Come on, finish the fucking building. Oh my god, it feels like it takes such a long time when you're like when it matters. They're like, oh, let me put up one more layer of planks and then let me just hammer on this a little bit more. Wow, fuck the Harpy. So we had both a fox and a Harpy leave, despite the fact that there wasn't that's fucked. That should not have happened. That's actually really, really, really bad. I need this storm to end. And it's not going to in time. Okay, friends, we're in the shit here. Okay. Here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna cancel this. We're gonna take those roots over here. We're gonna welcome new people. We're gonna have to pull somebody from the workstation. This has got to get done as fast as possible. Gain 15 amber every time you accept a newcomer group, but you'll lose all your stored amber. Right now we don't have any stored amber. This is just free money. I'm gonna re-roll it. It's not very good free money, is the thing. Market shift plan is terrible. As is Mist Piercers. These are both really bad. Content of glades will be revealed, but each discovered glade increases the queen's impatience. I mean, I guess It's not... It's fine. But it is kind of like a penalty without a huge reason. Okay, so we need to get people going here. And unfortunately, we just don't have workers for some of the extra fisherman totems. That's not true. I told you to investigate. You goddamn well know what I was saying. Yep. Okay. So as soon as we have enough roots to cover the thing we're trying to get done here, I will pull people, and I'll pull the people off of this. Obviously, it'll help a lot when this finishes. Oh, hey, this thing's done. Let's go ahead and throw a robot brain in there. That'll get us a couple of people to work with immediately. And we will assign those people to clearing totems. Okay. It's a mess. It's a terrible, terrible mess of a start. Immediately got another one. But we're almost done generating them at least. Okay, so 2 people to figure these out. The foxes back on this. We're gonna lose 2 people to it. That was always the case. I shouldn't have lost 2 people to the storm. That was a brilliant fuck up on my part. Really, really good work. Okay, and then we gotta like figure out some actual housing stuff here. So we have, unfortunately, 3 harpies. Although it's likely we will lose one. I'm like hoping we will lose one. Okay, so that's 3 human houses. We have enough shelters. We have more than enough shelters. Okay. Trying to get the housing stuff fixed. These, just assigned people to them and then didn't press the button. Okay, this event is clear. Things are going to start working out a little bit better now. And we should be able to get a... Right, I need some amber. Well, we're pulling amber, right? We're getting amber from this, and we're pulling amber from that. We'll have the amber for the reroll in just a moment here. We just gotta wait for people to pull stuff back. Okay, that's people dying. Was that this timer going off? It was. It's just the effect generated from the wrong spot for some reason. Okay, well, it was one of the people who was running goods back from this who died, and then a harpy, just a random harpy. Okay, so we no longer need both the harpy houses. That's cool. That's good to know. Whew. Okay. Now that we've untangled the bottleneck, you know, this will get done as it is getting done. Please deliver these. This is just about run back. Let's take our reroll. Okay, for some reason we don't have the reroll. We had to wait. They're being very, very slow to get this done. Okay, there we go. Now we're actually working it. And at this point, people are allowed to eat roots again. because actually we're like desperate on food. That was a lot of work. That did not go very well, in my opinion, as a start. I should have known better. I should have just been like, no, I don't want to open 5 glades in 5 minutes. But I decided to go for it, and boy, oh boy, did we pay the price. Whew, okay. We need some people to help gather more food. Nobody's gathering wood right now, and it's a problem that we'll get around to. Obviously, this is only going to exacerbate some of our problems, but we built up a nice sort of a nice barrier there. A cushion, perhaps, is a better way to put it. Okay, so religion and treatment are my 2 important overlaps. Food-wise, the harpies are just kind of in a weird place, food-wise. I think I'm gonna grab the market. Neither of these are very compelling. We're probably not doing flour here, nor pickled goods. So this might be another reroll. We'll have the money for it in a second. Well, in, a couple minutes. All right, everybody has at least some housing. Not necessarily ideal housing, but some housing. People are getting charmed, and there's not a lot we can do about it. Y'all are showing up at, like, comically inappropriate times. Do we have the housing for these? Like, if I brought in 3 more people right now, what do my shelters look like? Yeah, we can afford 3 more people. And they would help us get stuff done immediately. They're not going to push us over a threshold on hostility either. And in fact, let's start... Here, we can run 2 of them as woodcutters. That's great news. This thing is happening where we're gathering. That's what that's going to be. We're gathering here a thing that's actually coming back as food. Okay. We should probably... go ahead and put this together. And I'm not going to try to get fancy with it right now. Let's just get up to tier 2 as quickly as we can. Starvation. Penalties are, greater than they used to be. I'll just... Please try to hold out. I'm gathering food as fast as I can, I swear. Alright, we're gonna have to do a little bit of dancing here, it looks like. Oh, almost done. Almost done. Do we not have anybody who could actually be working? Okay. Yeah, all of the humans got hypnotized, which is part of the problem. So too high a percentage of our people are stuck on the River Kelpie to gather food at the moment. Well, if y'all aren't cutting wood, there's no point in having you in here. Yep. Boy, this thing where we're constantly losing people early on really, really hurts. We don't have enough people established yet to even be covering the like critical jobs that need covering. Okay, fucking finally. That event took 1,000 years. And yeah, now everybody's mega starved here. Humans. Human. Yep. Season change happened just late enough that we are going to lose the other harpy. Because fuck you. That's why. Have 8 human houses. We currently have not very many, and we don't have a lot of bonus resources. A delivery line would be pretty cool, though. Human houses are brick, and I don't think this is a thing we're really super well suited to doing, unless... Okay, I mean, you have some building materials. Human houses need brick, though, don't they? Yes, but we have a shit ton of bricks. Okay. All right. I'm going to take it. We're going to try to make it work. Because it would be super helpful. This is not occurring. And this is super doable. Do treatment need 60 times? I mean, I'd love to. Sounds great. Do trade routes. Yeah, of course. Of course we're trying to do trade routes. So we currently have 2 completed human houses with some of the stuff for another one. We need to make that happen, which is not actually all that difficult. Yeah, that's extremely doable. So let's pull in... We have to deliver 10 amber for amber trade. So I'm a little reluctant to trade the amber directly when we have other materials that we could make this money out of. So let's give up some reeds and some clay and some stone. Okay. That does not get me 6 more houses, but it's a start. I think we can do this. That's 8, right? Yeah. Okay, and then we just need the stuff to get built, things to come through. Yep. Fuck you. The game tells me. Yeah. Yeah, I want to get more, like, proper trade going, and we totally will. Right now, this is necessary. Also... Well, we still have 2 people working on the river kelpie. And that won't take very long. So I think we can afford to put 2 humans on this. How long was it? 8 minutes? Yes. Yes, I think we can afford to put 2 humans on this. All right, and now the foxes will be available to actually build all the housing. Okay, neither one of you needs to be doing that. Let's not have fabric on right now. Just a quick reposition. You know what? I don't care what the numbers say. Please just produce. That's the problem they were having. Was we're technically overvalue right now, but we won't be for very long. So just go ahead and build. And we're going to need to have a blight post pretty soon, actually, I think, but can't be right this second. So I'm going to put this here. I'm going to deactivate the site, but just so I remember that needs to happen. We'll get the rest of the value worth of goods sold here off of our first trade routes once we bring in some new people and they bring in some packs. Oh, we're trying. Yep. I hear that on the corruption, and we're totally going to deal with it. It's going to happen. I believe that. House number 7 going up. Looking pretty all right. We are out of planks. All right, stop making bricks for a while. Just planks. We are just planks right now. And we might get there. Maybe. Oh no, we're totally going to get there. They had 5 to deliver already. Force of delivery now, and that'll do it. Here they come. Activate this. Okay, it was close, but we got there. And I think that's actually really good. And now here's 5 humans to live in them. Okay, and we lost a lot of people. Harpies are fucking impossible to keep happy. I'm inclined to do this for right now. Harpies are really, really tough before you have your stuff developed. Okay, and with that, we now need to make at least 9 more value worth of goods sold in total. We can push 6 here. Yeah, that's true. That's true, I did do that. Make some here as well. Okay. We got to get moving, right? We got to get moving on that trade generation. Right, and as soon as this is done, we now definitely have enough people to chop more wood. Although we're heading directly into the storm, and all of a sudden it's like not a good idea to have this many people chopping wood anymore. But what are we gonna do about it? You know, we gotta generate some lumber for a lot of different reasons. As soon as this thing is built, Foragers Camp can just move over here, I suppose. Ten is what we have. Jesus fucking Christ. But like, we don't have the wood for this. Oh, this is gonna be so bad. Why was it 10? That's so aggressive. So I'm looking at this and I'm thinking, do we tap out? Because we're going to lose When this thing goes off, we lose 3 people? Is that right? I mean, like, fuel aside, right? When this thing goes off, I believe we lose 3 people. And at the rate that it's filling, that's going to happen twice. And obviously, we're going to start burning like it's going to help. We're going to lower it down. Maybe we can make it only happen once. But can we lose people again and still be okay? The foxes are miserable, and there's no way to stop them from being miserable. We can bring ourselves down 1 hostility level pretty easily. But we can't lose the people to take us down the other one because we need wood income too badly. We have nothing else to burn and nothing, and we need, you know, all of that. So it's like, do this. That helps a little bit with the, I mean, that solves the resolve problem. And we still have some wood income. I'm glad we got the thing up to level 2 before the storm started, because imagine how many people we would have lost otherwise. I'm not going to sell 12 of the 15 meat that we have in the settlement. That seems like an unwise maneuver. Alright, I'm going to try to hold it out. I'm going to try to hold out on it. Maybe we can make this still work. I am going to throw haulers in here. Let's get some hauling. That'll help with the wood problem. Okay, so trapper died, hauler died, craftsman died. We don't need anybody loose as a builder right now. Okay, I do think we're not going to get another fill before the end of the season. And we can hit this right now and replace some of those lost folks. Of course, they gave me a harpy immediately. God damn it. I didn't even consider that they might give me a harpy, and thus I would not actually get 2 people out of it. So at this point, we could drop another hostility level pretty safely, I think. I'm going to wait until the last moment to do it, of course. Okay, so now we want to drop you and you and you. Okay. Get as much wood cutting time as possible, you know? Okay. We caught up. There is no way that we are going to need anywhere near that amount of this stuff. Again, I'm gonna cut it back to here and call that good. We're also going to set people back on wood cutting. And I know that the resolve values are going to squawk here, but as soon as the storm ends, I think we're probably good. Yeah, everybody's fine. Woof. Okay. Big hump there. Big hump. These both suck. These both suck. Protected trade, however, is very good. Yeah. Speaking of trade, so we'd like to be able to do something that has a multiplier of 3. Okay, that'll be a second route with a multiplier of 3. We have trade stuff starting to come in for the Commenda contract. We're going to keep that running. Whew. And we just made it through the worst part. Like, we're over the absolute worst hump now. What we need to do is figure out... we need to figure out porridge. We need to figure out service buildings. The building we have has treatment, right? Yeah, so if we can get our market running and we can get a porridge building running, I think that can stabilize us. And those things are not out of reach. We have 4 points of stuff to go through. We have Farluff here. We have Amber on hand for rerolls, and we can generate more. I'm hopeful. This is what we're going to call it for today, though. That's not a good beginning. It was not a good beginning. But I do think it's recoverable. Am I being too optimistic? I don't know. Come back next time and find out. We'll see you then.